Muhammad Abdullah Balala. I am a Kenyan born in Mwembe Kuku in 1957, before independence. I am a brother to the current CS for tourism, Najib Muhammad Balala. He's my younger brother. And I am a Kenyan trader living abroad. I live in the diaspora and I sell Kenyan tea and coffee abroad. I reside in the Emirates, the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. And I've been there for the last 24 years, selling tea and coffee from Kenya and defending my country, helping my brothers from Kenya wherever I can. We pleaded for the Kenyan government to give us the first Kenyan consulate in Dubai. And today, Kenyans are receiving services from that consulate. So the first thing that we want to talk about is governance. Governance is very important because Kenya is a republic. It's a government of the people, for the people, by the people. It's not for the government, by the government, and for the government. No, it's for the people. The people are the employers of the government, not the other way around. We, the people, demand from the government. The government doesn't demand from us and force us to do anything that we don't like to do. What is economy? What is finance? It's the blood circulation in your body, because this whole world is a body. What feeds the body? What feeds the body with oxygen is the finance that moves from hand to hand. And it should not stop. It should touch every part of the body. But if finance is controlled from one part and stopped at other parts and restricted in other parts, then the financial system will crumble. Your body will crumble. You will have strokes. You'll have heart attacks. Because that's what money is supposed to do. It's supposed to go around and touch everybody. It's a service that you give to another as the money goes round and round. If it's restricted or constricted, you will have a problem. Or if it's controlled in any which way to any part of the body. If I don't allow enough blood to go to my feet, it'll be a problem. If I don't allow enough blood to go to my ears, it'll be a problem. So money is what economy is all about. To provide the ability to be better, to do more. It's like the ocean. It's like the air we breathe. Everybody is connected through the air we breathe. Everybody is connected through the water that's on earth. And we are all connected. Tourism. We want tourists to come out to our country. We want to get the dollars that they have. How are we going to do that? Well, who is a tourist? A tourist is not just a Muzungu. A tourist is your brother in Tanzania, your brother in Ethiopia. A tourist is your sister from South Africa, your sister from Nigeria. Africans are rich and they want to come to Kenya and see our brothers and see how we live in our country and enjoy the fruits also of our liberty and nationhood. We also want to visit them. So Pan-African tourism is a lot better, and it is the best market that we can follow instead of chasing the Muzungu. The Muzungu nowadays, he doesn't have money. He has problems in his economies. We need to look and think out of the box. Because even the Muzungus cannot come. Our lives are not the same as theirs. Our culture is not the same as theirs. We have a lot of people whom we share culture with, who will enjoy to be amongst us. And we will enjoy for them to be amongst us. Sometimes we feel a bit sensitive towards the white man and the white woman because of what has gone by. So to chase the Mzungu and to spend a lot of money chasing them, and to spend a lot of money safeguarding the national parks for them, whereby Kenyans are being deprived of their basic rights and their human rights. That should not be. We are providing for the animals more than we're providing for the human beings in Kenya. And the Muzungus are just watching us and encouraging us to do that, whereby the Kenyan is denied his basic and his human rights, and the animals are being guarded and provided for all the time. Tourism is available, but if the Kenyan himself is not safe, is not provided for, is not happy in his own country, how can the tourists come here and enjoy? What is happening right now, the numbers that you see, tourists are coming to the airport, being taken to the parks, to the beaches, back to the airport, out of the country. What kind of tourism is that? They don't touch us, we don't touch them, we just touch their money. They're not even happy when they leave probably. Maybe they've been assaulted, maybe they've been robbed, maybe they've had a bad incident that we are not doing anything about it. So things must change in order for us to go forward. BBI is a good thing, but the only problem is if we have a plan, if we have a document, any plan, the best intentions have to be implemented. And we are still waiting for our constitution to be fully implemented. Kenyans still don't even know their Bill of Rights. So the first thing is the constitution before even the BBI. So even if they have to agree on the BBI, the constitution has to be invigorated, has to be taught in schools. Every Kenyan must know what his rights are before he knows what his duties are. Because currently Kenyans are in dire straits and the economy is weak, unemployment is high. What can we do about that? How can we restructure our nation in order to progress forward? So it will be the Kenyans who will finally allow the BBI to move forward. If the Kenyans say no, the BBI will not be implemented. If the Kenyans say, first restructure yourselves as leaders, then we agree on the BBI, because we see the same leaders. The same leaders will be included in the next government. The same group of leaders will be together included in the next government. And most of them have criminal records and track records that are not conducive for the current atmosphere in Kenya, especially since we are fighting corruption and we would like to see some results. Kenyans are waiting for results. We have different commissions and different documents that have been passed. There are bills that have been passed. Kenyans don't even know how they are being governed. That's why the constitution is paramount. Kenyans have to be taught the constitution in the schools, in the universities. It has to be available in all libraries. It has to be on the street. It has to be available to the old and the young in all forms. Men, women and children, they have to know their right. We cannot demand of Kenyans all the time. Since independence, we are paying through our noses taxes which we do not see that benefit and change our lives on the ground. Leaders must come down to the ground and feel their people in order for them to be called leaders. Leaders cannot enjoy wealth while their people are in poverty. It's not possible. So if we bring in the same players under the BBI, how is it going to be effective? Unless the team that will be implement BBI is not part and parcel of this current crop of leaders that we are having right now. Who can guarantee that this BBI will be implemented in our favor? For the Kenyans, not for the individuals who've been mentioned. How do we know who is honest, who is not honest? Where is the track record of implementing anything successful anywhere? Where is the seriousness? Will they be serious? Is there seriousness? Is there focus? Will they focus on the issue of rebuilding our nation and changing our lives? Our lives have to change. We have to feel the change. They have to come and live with us and feel how we live our lives. Otherwise, how do they call themselves leaders? If they're right up there with all those facilities and we're right down here with nothing at all. And where is the order? The order that they apply in their offices whether it is the office of the governor or the office of the president or the office of the minister. That order, those standards are not in our lives. We don't know anything about them. So how can we move forward? How can Africa or Kenya move forward? Ask me that question. For Kenya and Africa to move forward, we need to change a few things. And the first thing, for Kenya to move forward, we need to change our policies. And policies, which politics is derived from, is a science. It's that politicians need to go and study political science. Even if you're talking about degrees, they've prevented those who care about Kenyans from coming into power by telling them you must have a university degree. Who says a Kenyan has to have a university degree to tell the truth and to guide his people to Canaan? You don't need a degree, because all our leaders, the current, the former, the corrupted, all of them have multiple degrees. Tomorrow, with the artificial intelligence, you don't need any degrees, because artificial intelligence will do everything for you. All you need to do is have sense, common sense. So sensibilities and sensibility is the first aspect of a Kenyan's life. It has to be sensible. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't accept it. After policy making, we need to educate on what we decided as a policy. So if there is unity, we can't have many nations in one nation. We can't have many languages and linguists in one nation. We can't have many standards. We need one standard. We need one order for us all to thrive as one nation, as one tribe, as one citizenship, as one sovereign Kenyan. Second is justice. It has to be restructured. We can't follow a Mzungu justice or a justice that jails a person for stealing 2 tomatoes 2 years. And for a person who steals 2 billion shillings from the public, no years. You see, even President Bashir of Sudan, the public removed him, then the courts judged to give him only 2 years community service. He killed people. He murdered people. He changed people's lives. He made them poor. His policies for so many years. 2 years? How is that possible? Where is the justice? Where is the love? If our leaders love us, we don't feel it. We don't see it in our lives. So where is the love from our leaders, and where is the justice? And how can we trust the current crop, with or without the BBI, to move forward? And how are we going to pay back those loans? How are we going to provide employment to our youth, who are every year they are graduated, but no jobs? Minister of Labor doesn't know what Minister of Education is going to graduate. This minister doesn't know what that minister is doing. This arm of government doesn't know what that arm of government is doing. There is no cohesion. There is no cooperation. You can see the divisions in politics. You can see the divisions in the top level of our leadership. That stark divisions, stark abuses, thuggery at the top level, thuggery. Mimi nitakuonesha, mimi nitakuangusha, mimi nitakufanya hivi, wewe mwizi, huyu mwizi, yule mwizi, huyu mjinga, yule nani. Tunatukanana. No respect. We don't even have any faith in ourselves. Even as Kenyans, we don't respect each other. We don't say hello to each other. We don't invite each other to our homes. We are actually afraid of each other. Maybe he'll steal from me. Maybe he'll hoodwink me. Maybe atanpigia. Maybe atan... What kind of Kenyan? What life? To live in Kawangware or Isli or Madare or Kibra. Kibra is the same since independence. People are still struggling. How can you call your nation a hustler nation? We are so rich. We are richer than the Mzungus. The Mzungus depend on us. Africa is the legs of the world, carrying the world with its resources, every kind. Without the legs, the world cannot stand. Kenya also. Today, if I want to provide employment to my youth, to our people, take them to agriculture. Tea, coffee, vegetables, instant. We can profit. We can feed nations, including China. Why not? We have a lot of loans from them. We can pay back that in fresh vegetables, fresh flowers, fresh coffee, fresh tea, fresh pyrethrum, fresh everything, even minerals, gold and diamond, gas and oil. Why should anybody give oil and gas to China when we have it? But we have to do it in the right way, with a proper plan. And we are in charge. Sovereign means you, the Kenyan citizen, are in charge. Not the president, not the government, not the justice institution, not the education institution, or any institution. It is you. Kosa sio kosa, kurudia kosa ndio kosa. We can say whatever has gone, has gone. Well, let's start afresh. But do we trust the implementers of the way forward? Can we trust the executive? Can we trust the judiciary? Can we trust the parliament? We need to be sure about that before we decide which way to go forward.